Now that you've created your free Symbaloo account, it's time to start creating your very first Webmix. Now, a Webmix is basically what Symbaloo calls their collection of tiles or web-based resources. So the Webmix is going to be where you house the different resources that you have. Resources can be grouped in various ways. Perhaps you want to create a Webmix for a class. Maybe you want to create a Webmix for a particular project that your students are going to be working on. Or maybe you want to be creating a Webmix for your entire department to use. So the way you organize your Webmixes is completely up to you. In order to create your first Webmix, on your little menu here, there's a little plus sign. And so you're going to go ahead and click on this plus sign to add a new Webmix. For our purposes today, I'm going to add a Webmix as if I was a social studies teacher creating it for one of my social studies classes. So in the text box, go ahead and type in the name of the Webmix and then click Add. If you think that you're going to be including RSS feeds, you can go ahead and check off this box, but for our purposes right now, we're just going to be using websites. So once you've added your new Webmix, you're going to notice that other than the changing background, it's blank. All of the tiles, as I drag over them, are blank. So in order to add my first tile, I'm going to go ahead and click on any one of the tiles, any one of the blank tiles. So once you click on the left-hand side of the screen, you're presented with two options. You can create a tile from scratch or search for a tile. I prefer to create my tiles, but I will show you how to search for a tile. So in order to create a tile, go ahead and click where it says, you guessed it, create a tile. And here's where you're going to begin filling in some information. So in the box here that says add the address of the website, you're going to do just that. Whatever the web address is for the resource that you'd like to use, go ahead and add it in. And here it allows you to label it. What type of resource is this? So in our case, it's a website. You'll notice that Symbaloo actually picked up on the graphic associated with the website, so that's a really nice plus. Then you have the option when you continue moving down on the page where it says name the tile, you have the luxury to name the tile whatever you'd like it to be called. So Symbaloo will automatically fill it in with whatever information it gets from the website or the web address that you put in. But if you want to change this or modify this at all, for example, I think that all of this is going to be too long on there, so I'd like to change the name of the tile to just be called Today in History. And in order to make this easier on my students when they're looking at my Webmix, I would like to show the name of the tile or I'd like to show the text on the tile. That way students know exactly what that resource is. From here, I have the opportunity to play around with some of the more aesthetic settings, colors of the text and the color of the box. So for example, if I was going to be grouping or organizing my resources in a particular way, I might want to color code them, and that'll be helpful for you and for any of the users of your Webmix. So you'll continue filling in the fields that it gives you. Again, it automatically populated the icon for the website, but if you wanted to choose an icon yourself, you can definitely do that. They give you some icons here that you can choose from. So if you wanted to find an icon maybe just to kind of be like a little place filler, you could absolutely do that. Or you could always upload an image that you have, say, saved from the computer. So that's really easy to do, but we'll go ahead and stick with the one that they gave us. And then we'll just save. And oops, I'm not sure why it created twice, but this is a perfect opportunity to kind of show you how this works. So all you do is click on the icon and it'll take you to the website. So you click on either one of these. In this case, it'll take you to the website. If for some reason you say want to delete or modify or edit a tile, you're going to simply right click. So let's do that again. You'll right click on the tile and you're given some options. In this case, I want to delete this because we don't need to have this resource on here twice. So you'll continue the process all the way through until you have all of the web-based resources on your Webmix. Really quickly, let's take a look at how you can search for a tile. So before we created a tile completely on our own, we put in the web address ourselves, but if you want to go ahead and search for a tile, go ahead and click where it says search for tiles. Now maybe I'm looking for something in particular. So let's say that I wanted to access the History channel because I like to show video clips from there. I could go ahead and click on this resource. This is also a great tool if you're not really sure what resources you'd like to use. You can kind of see what might be good to add to your web mix that's related to your content. So go ahead and click on the History channel, and now you'll see it automatically adds for you. And now you'll continue populating all of the different tiles until you have something that looks similar to this. So you can really tailor this to meet any of the needs that you have. You can add various different resources, you can color code them, you can organize them on your web mix in various ways so that it makes it easier for the user. This is really completely up to you to tailor and make your own.